Hi, Dr. Jeffrey Fannin here. I want to talk a little bit about meditation. So, there are many forms of meditation, and I've traveled all over the world working with meditators and brain mapping them and having consultations to take a look at why they have so much difficulty in meditating and things like that. So, I've published a lot of studies on the effectiveness of meditation and which one is best for me is the question that I always hear. What type of meditation should I use? My extensive research helped from all over the world, and I did over 4,000 brain maps and consultations with people who were meditating and trying to figure out why they had such a hard time meditating and so forth. But the brain map helped us a lot in understanding where they are, what they're doing or what they're not doing, and how their brain is performing in relationship to this, because many of them were trying to deal with mind over matter, and that's not the case here. So when we have certain brain patterns, it makes it very, very difficult. We have that monkey mind, as people call it, or the chattering that's going on during meditation. They can't quiet their brain. And one of the things that a lot of people aren't aware of is that meditation is a very subjective experience. Now, why is that? When we're meditating, we really don't have any basis to compare our meditation to how other people are doing it, or what they're feeling, or what they're thinking inside. And so as I was beginning to measure a lot of meditators, it's one of the first questions I asked: how do they know if they're doing it right? Because it is such a subjective experience. So using the type of meditation is really what it is that you want to accomplish through meditation. So I pulled together some of the research that will help give us a better understanding of different types of meditation. And so one of the things we really want to look at are why are some of the reasons that people actually meditate. So some people meditate in order to understand the pain that they might be experiencing. Other people might meditate in order to lower their stress. Now, in these times that we live in, I don't know of a person that doesn't deal with stress on a daily or even an hourly basis. So this is a good way, and we know what the effects of helping that lower stress, and I talk about that in some of the other sections. People want to meditate because they can connect better to their inner being when they're doing this, and relating to their heart chakra and being able to increase and connect better. I have a lot of people who meditate because they want to improve their focus and their concentration. And so this is much like trying to train a dog to sit. So sit, stay, and the dog has no idea what you're talking about when you say sit or stay. And as you continue to push their rump down on the floor, then pretty soon it dawns on them, oh, this is what you mean by when sit. So improve their focus, and the brain is the same way. It's not going to focus unless we train the brain to focus, to sit, to stay, and to learn how to quiet that. And probably the biggest reason that people have difficulty meditating is that they cannot reduce the brain chatter. And so let's talk a little bit about how to meditate. So meditation is simpler than most people think. The biggest part of it is the way that their brain patterns are and why they actually need to train their brain in order to do this. So when you're trying to meditate, first of all, some people like to cross their legs and sit on the floor. Other people like to sit in a chair. But it's good if you get your feet, both feet flat on the floor when you're trying to do that. So find your place, yourself a quiet place so that you can feel calm and quiet. One of the next things that's very helpful is setting a time limit. I know that when I meditate, in the beginning it was very, very difficult. My mind was so busy doing other things. And now it's not hard for me to sit down and meditate, if I would allow it to go that far, for several hours. And so very often that I will set a timer for about 30 minutes in order to, because I can go deep in my meditation when I'm doing that. So use your phone and set a timer. And about 30 minutes is a good measure here in order to do that, because you want to be able to sit in a chair, sit on the floor. And some people like to, like I say, loosely cross their legs. And you want to be able to notice your body. So whether you're sitting on the floor, sitting in a chair, or crossing your legs or not, any of those things are fine. Just make sure that you're in a stable position and that you can sit in that position for a little bit of while you're meditating. So let's use a measure of about 30 minutes. Next, you have to look at breathing. You want to feel your breath. So one of the ways, particularly when you're changing energy, like in Tai Chi or Qigong, is to breathe in through your nose. So put your tongue to the roof of your mouth and breathe in for about 4 counts. Hold it for about 4 counts, and then release your tongue from the roof of your mouth so that you can let the air out for about 4 counts. Be aware of your breathing. One of the things that I teach people is imagine yourself breathing in through your heart and breathing out. And this is called heart-focused breathing. And it allows you to concentrate and draw your heart chakra into this. And you may want to watch this segment on chakras and the GDV, the things that we do to measure the chakras. Then the next thing is to notice when your mind wanders, because it is going to wander. And so when it starts to wander, it's like training the dog. Sit, stay, that you're going to call your mind back and allow yourself to quiet the mind, that this is your time. This is the time that you meditate, and being able to train your mind. So as soon as you start to think of all the things, well, I've got to call so-and-so, or I've got to go to the store and I've got to pick up these things. Oh, what's in the cupboard over there? And when we start to do those kinds of things and letting our mind wander, this is the time for you to be aware. Don't let it wander. Inevitably, your attention is going to be drawn away, but bring it back on something that you can focus on, usually something that is nondescript. So in my office here at home, I have a massage chair, and so I usually sit in my massage chair when I'm doing my meditation. But above the chair is a clock, and I can hear that clock ticking, or sometimes the air flowing through the air vents, which is just above the clock, and I can listen to that. So you can focus on your breathing, listen to things like the ticking of a clock or the air flowing through the air vent. Now, why is that important? It's be able to focus on something that's nondescript, something that is it's not like words or music. If you're listening to music, sometimes, we might get engrossed in the music and that sort of thing. Then our mind begins to wander. So this is about being able to focus on something and keep your focus there. Sometimes people are only able to focus a matter of a few seconds. Well, that's good. And then your mind will wander, and then call it back. And so as you're doing that, maybe 10 seconds, and then you get up to 15 seconds so you can quiet your mind, and then 25 seconds, and then 40 seconds, and then a minute. And gradually, this is again like trying to train the dog to sit, that you will gradually increase the amount of time. And but just recognize that your mind is going to wander. This is about calling it back. And be kind to yourself if your mind is wandering. Don't judge yourself over the things that you're thinking about. It's just part of what your mind has learned to do your whole life. And so as you finish your meditation and you are aware, part of this is being quiet. So during that time when your mind is quiet, this is a time for you to be quiet and listen. Listen to what's going on. Listen to your inner being, your higher self, source or God, or however you want to term that, in order to understand what is coming to you from the field. Now, let's talk about some different types of meditation. There are 9 popular types of meditation, and any one of these will be good. Just experiment with these a little bit. Be willing to get out of your comfort zone to try some of these. So the YouTube is full of places to find meditation. So one of the first ones is mindfulness meditation. This is about being present in the moment. Or a spiritual meditation. Some people who have a more spiritual nature will want to do a spiritual meditation. Or a focused meditation is going to allow you to focus on something very specific in particular. Some people like to do a movement meditation. So when people are walking, and I will do this a lot of times when I'm going on my walk and put my earbuds in, and then be able to listen to some meditation while I'm walking and try and get in that zone, a movement kind of meditation. Another one is a mantra meditation, and many people who practice the transcendental meditation may have a mantra. So when I took training in transcendental meditation, I have a mantra that I use, and some days I will want to go deeper and use that mantra. And there are many places you can get a mantra or a saying or an affirmation is a type of mantra meditation. And then we talked a little bit about transcendental meditation, which is usually 20-30 minutes in the morning and then early afternoon or evening in order to go deeper. But transcendental meditation really requires some training where you do like 4 days straight of about 1 to 2 hours of instruction, meditation, and they give you your mantra. Whatever city that you live in, most places have a place that can teach you transcendental meditation. And I highly recommend that. It's not that great of an inconvenience, and the things you learn and being able to understand why that type of meditation allows you to go deeper. And it's one of my very favorite types of meditation. Another one of the 9 meditations is progressive relaxation, and this is about allowing yourself to go through your body, starting at your head or your feet, and then moving either up or down and going through your entire body and feel the muscles in your body and the feelings and things that are going on. And as you're doing that, to help each part of your body relax in a progressive relaxation. There's another kind of meditation that many people practice. It's called loving kindness meditation. And this is about projecting loving kindness while you're meditating and being able to move that out from your center to outside of your house, to your community, and out into the rest of the world. Another one is a visual meditation. And this is where people will begin to visualize something, or using law of attraction to be able to visualize the things that they will prefer to manifest. So those are the 9 types of meditation that are most common. And you can kind of experiment with these and decide, what type of meditation you'd like to do. And you can find more information about these, or even take some of our meditation courses. One of the things that I work with is, while people are meditating, is using something called solfeggio frequencies and being able to understand what those are. So you could take a look at some of the sections that we have on solfeggio frequencies and how that factors into meditation. So whether you're looking to reduce stress, find any kind of spiritual enlightenment, or just find peace and stillness, or flow with the movement and being able to walk or dance or move in a movement meditation, there is a meditation practice that really is suited for you and one that you will not like. And pick the one that you like, because if it's drudgery, you won't do it. You'll fall away from it. So don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and try different types. Very often it takes a little bit of trial and error to find the one that you like. So don't give it up too soon, but if it feels like drudgery, move on, find something else that you can do. Meditation really isn't meant to be a forced thing. It should be part of your daily routine. It should be something that you thoroughly enjoy. So don't force it. If you force it, it becomes a chore. And if it's going to be a chore, you'll fall away from it and you won't get the benefits of meditation. So be gentle with yourself. Do a regular practice. Like I can't go a day, and sometimes I will meditate several times during the day. And I just thoroughly enjoy that feeling and that stillness. And I've gotten a lot of really excellent guidance through meditation and thoughts that have come to me, from my higher self, and being able to do that. It's very sustaining, it's supportive, and it's very enjoyable. So I admonish you to practice meditation and to find the one type that is good for you. Open yourself up to these possibilities, and there are so many different forms of meditation. And if one isn't working for you, and if it isn't comfortable, then try a new one. And we'll talk more about meditation in future sections.